Yo, what's up my dudes? It's Sai here, and today we are back with some more of Tiered Up. It's been a bit, but today we are ranking all of the Elite Four and Pokemon champions, because they are all considered the Pokemon League, and I'm just like, you know what, we're just gonna rank all of them just like in this order, because I think it's cool, and we've already ranked the gym leaders and trial captains, so I guess now it's the Elite Four. The Elite Four and Champions time. So yeah, if you guys are hyped for this ranking list, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button down below. Comment down below what your favorite Elite Four member and your favorite champion is, along with your least favorite. And if you guys want to access the tier list yourselves, the link will be below in the description. This is another tier list that I had to make myself by hand because of the fact that there was not really a clear-cut Elite Four champion tier list on Tier Maker, so I was like, screw it, I'll just make my own. So yeah, you're welcome for another tier list that y'all get to rank. But yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So, how I'm ranking these people is that I'm going to be ranking them based on, how powerful they are. Well, in my opinion, like, how powerful, what their impact is on the story, their likability, etc., etc. So there's a lot of different factors that I take into this. If I'm not clear with some of my options, I apologize. You can debate with me down in the comment section about my choosings. But yeah, we're gonna go and get started. So, for the most part, I will say that the champions are gonna be a bit higher on my list, except for a couple of them, just because champions are pretty dang cool. But, I will say, though, that my favorites, I have a lot of S tiers in this time around. So, S tier would be Steven, who's going all the way up here. Cynthia, where are you? You're going all the way up there. And my favorite Elite Four member of all time, I'd have to actually put Lance up here. And even though Lance is a champion, as an Elite Four member, like as a Pokemon League member, I think those three would probably be the most... actually, also put Red up here too, because why not? Red's like the OG. So, yeah, those four specifically would be an S tier just because of just, one, how powerful they are, and two, the influence. Actually, I would go ahead and swap Red out here just because I would say Steven and Cynthia are probably the more powerful champions. Then Red is OG, obviously, and then Lance as a champion isn't really noteworthy in his first time around just because, like, he has a level 50 Dragonite and, like, the rest of their teams are a lot stronger than Lance's, but as an Elite Four member, as an influencer, I feel like Lance is, like, the most influential impact in the early games because of the fact that you didn't really spend time with a whole lot of characters other than Lance, so that's why. So yeah, those are my S tier characters right there. Next up on the list, oh yeah, where are you, Iris? We're putting you in F tier. I don't like Iris as a champion. I also do not like Wallace as a champion, so that is why both of them are F tier because I still consider them to be more or less gym leaders. And all that regard. So yeah, they're F tier for that reason. I don't like them, period. So heads up for y'all. Okay, so an A tier, Alder, you're going up here because I really like Alder. I know a lot of people don't like Alder because of the fact that he got really beaten easily by N, but you know what, at the end of the day, like, Alder is still a really cool champion. He has a Volcarona. Like, how cool is that? I like Alder because of that. So, yeah, Alder's cool. I'm gonna put Blue up here because Blue was the OG champion. He was the original, technically, champion. So, you gotta consider that. I consider that. Who else? Diantha I'll put up here because I like Diantha. Yeah, I like Diantha a lot. I know a lot of people don't like her because of how easy she was, but to be fair, if you did not have an experience share, her Mega Gardevoir could wreck your whole team. The thing has Psychic, it has Moonblast, Shadow Ball, and Thunderbolt. That's like a really good Gardevoir moveset for a Mega Gardevoir. So like, yeah, don't underestimate her. She's tough. She's a very tough champion, if I had to say so myself. I guess now we're getting to the Elite Four members because we've gone through every champion. I've ranked every champion on my dang list. So, yeah, if I'm ranking the Elite Four members, who would put I in A tier? I'm trying to figure out who my favorite Elite Four members are from each region. I'd say Karen. I like Karen a lot. I put her in A tier. She's pretty cool. Just because of her, like, suaveness, and, I don't know. I feel like Karen's really underrated. She's something, she was the first Dark-type Elite Four member, but she's, like, recently I've just really gotten to like her, especially in Masters, because apparently she's busted in Pokemon Masters, from what I've heard, so I like her because of that. I like Drake a lot because he's a pirate captain, and who doesn't like that? He has a Salamence. I'm like, that's freaking busted. So, A, like that. I'm trying to think. Trying to think who else I want to put on this list. Seabolt I'll put on A tier because I actually like his cooking vibe to him, and his room in the Elite Four are basically like 2 flood chambers that just goes down. It's really sick. I love that. And then I guess I'll put one from the Alola tier. I'll put Kahili up here. Just because Kahili's like that one... Like, Kahili reminded me of, like, classic Elite Four members. Because, like, the thing about X and Y... I mean, not X and Y. The thing about Sun and Moon and Yusum is that a lot of the characters you got to basically grow up, like, go along with on their journey. You got to know them. They had character development and all that. And Kahili just reminded me of that classic Elite Four where it's like, you just don't encounter them in any game. They're just like, oh, they're at the end of the game. And being like, hey, you gotta challenge them. So... and also, I really like Kahili. I think she's probably the best of the Alola Elite Four. If I have to make that clear, she's probably the best. So, like Kahili a lot. But yeah, those are my 8 tiers. I'll go and switch these around once I get the chance to. So yeah, let me go ahead for B tier. I'm gonna put in B tier. I'm gonna put Marshall in B tier because I kind of like Marshall. He's not up there, but he's up there. Drasna is in B tier. Molayne is in B tier, because he's the first PC developer to become an Elite Four member, so I really like that. They gave him some development in Yusum, so I appreciate that. I like Olivia a lot, even though she's not my favorite, but she's kind of cool. She's got, I don't know, she's there, but she's not, like, up there, you know? So it's like, I like her. She's not my favorite Kahuna or all that of all time. I'd say my favorite Kahuna would probably be Nanu, but even though then, like, Nanu's not an Elite Four member, and I'm sad about that, so sad times. Who else? Who else do I want to put on my list for B tier? I'll put Bertha. Why not? I liked her. I like Bertha. I mean, she has like that, I feel like she was a nicer Agatha, because I wasn't a big fan of Agatha when she first came out, and I was like, oh, I was like, yo, Bertha. She's like a nicer Agatha, but she's still like stern and tough, so I like her. I didn't realize I haven't put... Well, I already put some Unova Elite Four members on. I guess I'll put Bruno. Because Bruno, was the only Elite Four member to actually stay an Elite Four member for 2 generations in a row. So props to you, Bruno, for pushing it out there. Appreciate you. And then I guess Grimsley, just because Grimsley's had an impact in the games. So he's had a pretty... Yeah, you've seen Grimsley throughout multiple gens, so it's like, yo, go Grimsley. You're awesome. Like you. C tier. These are the guys who I think are just average. I don't really have, like, a whole, like, opinion towards them. Acerula is up on this list. Just because, like, Acerula, like, she was alright during the gym leaders list, but I thought she was just average as an Elite Four member. I mean, she's just standard Ghost-type Elite Four. Elite Flare, something? I don't know. She was there. I mean, just nice. Aaron was cocky, but at the same time, though, he had some respectable bug types. That's why he kind of balances out at C tier for me. Hala is C tier just because, I mean, overall, like, Hala's development came as a Kahuna. Like, as an Elite Four member, he was just kind of eh. I mean, nothing too special. I mean, Crabominable was alright, but I mean, he wasn't, like, super OP, but that's just me. Caitlyn is up here just because I felt like I don't really feel a connection to Caitlyn, even though, but, like, her team was still strong, so I'll give her that. I liked her because she was a decently strong Elite Four member, but at the same time, though, like, she had really, like, no other development. And the fact that she didn't really say, like, oh, I was from the Battle Frontier, she never even really, like, referenced that until Black and White 2, and that was after the Elite Four, so I'm just like, okay, what's the point? Chantal, I'll put in C tier, because she has a Chandelure, and that's really OP, and I also like her room, but as a character, or herself, I just wasn't that meshing to her. She was okay. Wickstrom, I'll put on here because the giant swords are nice, but I felt like overall Wickstrom was kind of a walk in the park. I think he was the easiest in my opinion, of all of the Elite Four members, just because Steel type, like Fire, Fighting, Ground are just really common typings. That's another thing, like the Kalos Elite Four in general is probably the least memorable of the Elite Four in terms of battles, in terms of characters, because you don't encounter them until the end. And that's how it is for a lot of Elite Four members, but I just felt like they specifically didn't have, like, the gravitas of, like, other Elite Four members, but their rooms were cool, which is one reason why they're higher up on this list, like Seabold and Drasna, and then, obviously, Wickstrom. Who else? But Will. His room was nice. I'll bet Will. His room was nice. Who else do I want to put up? I'll put Lucian. No, should I put Lucian? I'll put one more. I'll do, for C tier, who do I like? Who should I put? Put Malva. Just because at least she had some development in the post-game, so I was like, we'll put her. And then the rest of these guys are D tier. So Lorelai and Agatha, the reason why they're up here is because out of all the Kanto characters, you don't see them until another game. But they're alright. They've got decent teams as members of the original Elite Four. They're pretty cool. Koga's up here because of the fact that I don't like gym leaders becoming Elite Four members or champions, but on the bright side, he didn't become a champion. He was just upgraded to an Elite Four member, so I like the Poison Ninja vibe of him still, so props to you, buddy, for becoming an Elite Four member, but you're still not my favorite Elite Four member. I would prefer you as a gym leader, so that's just my thing. And then the Hoenn Elite Four member for me, like, I like the Hoenn Elite Four, but I just felt like all of them just were kind of bland. I really did. Like, as much as I love the Hoenn region, as much as Gen 3 is my favorite, I just felt like the Elite Four for a lot of it, except for Drake, was like, they're okay. Like, I don't know. I just felt like they could have been a lot better. Like, Sydney, Phoebe, and Glacia considerably. Especially Phoebe and Glacia, because I felt like their teams way back in the day, they had, like, she had, like, 2 Dusclops and 2 Bayonets and a Sableye. And then for... what is it, Glacia, she had, like, 2 Celios, 2 Glalie, and a Walrein. Like, I think their teams were stupid. So I'm glad they got upgraded a little bit in Yusum. I mean, not Yusum, Oris. But, like, that was their upgraded teams. I just did not like their teams. And then Sydney, for me, it was just unimpressive. So, that's that. And then Flint and Lucian. Flint is up here because of... he's okay. Actually, the reason why Flint's up here, here's my thing. The reason why Flint's up here is because his team sucked. Flint's team in Diamond and Pearl was just god-awful. I did not understand why they treated Flint so badly. Like, character-wise, he's great. I just did not like what they did with him in Diamond and Pearl, which is one reason he's so low on the list. Because if he had a stronger impression in Diamond and Pearl, that would have made me take him a little bit more seriously. Because in Platinum, his team's upgraded, and I like that. But in Diamond and Pearl, his team is just... it's god-awful. I don't like that. And Lucian's up there on D tier because, one, he has a Bronzong, and y'all know my hate for Bronzong at this point. If you don't know my hate for Bronzong, if you go to my Twitch channel, I have a Bronzong Salt emote, so that's one reason I hate Bronzong. That's why you're on D tier. And another thing is that I just felt like Lucian as the final member of the Elite Four before Cynthia, because Cynthia has such a grandiose vibe to her. I felt like Lucian was not, like, the runner-up to Cynthia. She didn't really feel like that to other, like, final Elite Four members. Because, like, they usually, like, the whole point of, like, a final Elite Four member is to basically be, like, the gatekeeper to the champion. Because I felt like Lance did that for Blue. I felt like Karen did that for Lance, even though a little bit poorly. I felt like Drake excellently did that for Steven. But Lucian, particularly, I just felt like... he just felt like a regular, like, someone who could be, like, lower in the Elite Four list. I didn't see any, like... I didn't see anything special about Lucian, and that's what really hurts me. So, I don't know. That's just my thing. It's funny, because, like, a lot of the Elite Four members that I like are from gens that are not necessarily Gen 3 and 5, because those are my favorites. So, and it's cool to think about that, because a lot of the gym leaders I like from the original, like, Gen 3 and, like, 5 range. Especially Drayden, because I freaking love Drayden. But, for this list, it's like, oh, like... they're there. So, yeah, that's just my whole ranking system of the champions and the Elite Four members. So if you guys enjoyed my tier list, make sure to go ahead and hit that like button down below. Remember to comment down what your favorite Elite Four member, your least favorite Elite Four member, and your favorite champion and least favorite champion is down below in the comment section. If you guys want to check out the tier list yourself, the link below is in the description. And I will see you guys all next time. So, peace out, friends. Bye-bye. More tiered up coming soon. Bye.